I would now like to welcome our next and final speaker,
No,
Gill.
no, we've got four.
What? Oh, sorry, my mistake. I forgot that we got Dave from New York as well. My mistake. And Jill has given me some instructions on what to say for her speech. I would like everyone to please imagine that you are a participant at financial year kickoff for artist building communities. Jill's presentation is the CEO's keynote for the financial year 21 kickoff meeting. I hope you all now, are you all picturing this? Are you all there? I hope that all of you had a good journey. To get here, you have enjoyed morning coffee and snacks at Pines Resort have provided. To open our meeting, now please welcome your CEO, Gill Walker.
Welcome, and thank you once again for joining me here for our end of year celebration at the Pines Resort. This is our end of year celebration. It is, of course, also the kickoff for next year, financial year 2021. Financial year 2021 for artists building communities promises to be an awesome year. And because of that, our annual get together once again promises to be an awesome weekend. We, the people of artists building communities, are going to bounce back from the impacts of COVID-19. This time last year, when we all gathered here, our vision for 2020 was significantly different from how it panned out. As I stand here, I see you all spread out from one side of this ballroom to the other, instead of gathered in a cluster almost down the middle, which is the normal. But this, of course, this being 1 meter, 2 meters from our neighbours, is the new normal. In spite of the new normal, I do hope that you and your family are able to enjoy the facilities that are made available to us here for that weekend, for our weekend. And I hope that you are able to recharge and relax after the stresses, particularly of the last few months. I know that I am looking forward to a round of golf and relaxing in the wonderful pool. And so I hope that you all enjoy your weekend as much as I intend to do. Financial year 2020 has been an extraordinary successful year for us at ABC. Even allowing for the happenings of the past few months, we have managed to beat last year's revenue and beat our targets by 10%. For this, you all have my heartfelt thanks. It is those achievements that allow us to have weekends like this. As well as smashing our revenue targets out of the park, we have improved our market share, and we have found more new clients and even more new types of clients. Last year, we were focused on selling to galleries, to coffee shops, and to various people who could on-sell the artworks of our artists. This year, we have maintained those, but additionally, we have sold to individuals, to interior designers, and to architects. I personally am particularly proud that we are selling to interior designers and architects, because those people, while not on selling our work, if we manage this correctly, will of course form part of our marketing team, because they will use our artworks and many people will then see them, and some of those may come to us and over time become clients themselves. We have noticed that as well as building the consumer side of our business, many of those consumer clients are people that we have originally met during doing business with the corporate side of our business. And also, we've got some people going the other way. We are meeting people as individuals, often by referrals, but those people are going into their companies and suggesting that we could be a place that the artwork that they need is something that can be purchased from us. Much of this year's success has come from our new online shop. And for that, I need to thank one of our newest staff members, Susan Brown. Susan, please could you stand up? And I would love everybody to make Susan feel welcome. Online, as we know, even without COVID, is going to be the way of the future. Our marketing team, and many of you are here, has also embraced social media. All of this is widening and broadening the awareness of the artists whose work that we represent. That means not only are we representing older historical artists and work that has been developed from them, but we are representing more and more and more current artists, people who are alive and well and who are practicing and creating for the benefit of people today. It is not easy selling artwork in the current climate. Selling generally is getting harder, but selling art items is particularly difficult. After all, making a room or a workplace more interesting is difficult to make a priority. I'm sure that you are all familiar with people saying things along the lines of, I would love to buy whatever piece of art we're talking about, but we can't. We need to redo the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom. Or we would love to have such a piece in our boardroom, but we really do need the space for video conferencing or whiteboards or something else. Recently, we have seen several galleries close down, and in their place, coffee shops, cafes, restaurants have appeared. These coffee shops and so on offer space for artists to display their work. So perhaps in some people's eyes, this is not necessarily a bad thing. People can see the artwork while having coffee, having lunch, whatever it might be. But it does generate a problem and also an opportunity for us. Galleries are staffed and run by experts who can, as well as showing people round, can educate their visitors. It is highly unlikely that a coffee shop owner or a restaurant waitress or whoever it might be, even though the images are there and can be seen, it is highly unlikely that their staff members are going to be able to educate the people in the coffee shop or the restaurant about the piece, about the artist, about other things that they may like. But that offers us an opportunity, because as well as providing them with that artwork, we can also generate education materials and maybe we can modify how our pieces are displayed in those coffee shops so that there is education, not requiring people, but education pieces are right there on the wall with the piece. And of course, if we think again about our online shop, that is something that they are doing very, very well, because it is relatively easy to provide that education material with the photos and images of the artwork. Our success in becoming the vendor of choice for artwork for many architects and interior designers has caused us to be nominated and to place in the final of several of the local business awards. This time next year, I hope to be sharing with you success not in being nominated or success in making it to the final, but actually success in being a winner of a local business award. This year, nearly 50% of our revenue has come from our online shop. That is absolutely awesome. The online shop carries now our original work, and that is requiring significant effort from our marketing team, because each of those pieces obviously is a unique piece and therefore needs to be displayed. But once it is sold, it needs to be removed, whereas the reproduction pieces, typically we will have several. While I am very pleased about the success of our online venture, it does make you ponder the entire future of buying online. What will happen? How is society going to change as bricks and mortar become a thing of the past? Will the entire idea of seeing, touching, feeling, smelling something before you buy it be replaced from buying from a photo? Of course, we can return things, and I suppose that is essential. But will we just stop considering that to be a hassle and accept that part of the new normal is buying, trying, and returning? It beats me, but then perhaps I'm just old school. However, as your CEO, I do hope that the success continues. However, this year, the last 12 months, you people have achieved what last year I believed was completely impossible. And 12 months ago, I had never heard of COVID-19. Today, we celebrate the last 12 months and its success. And we are celebrating while maintaining social distancing. I am quietly curious about how the Pines Resort is going to handle our gala dinner this evening. Last year, we were packed, and I mean packed. Sardines have a luxurious life compared to us on the dance floor last year. Tonight, that is going to be impossible. I look forward to seeing how it is handled. One of the reasons that you, and it is you, have been able to achieve the success of this last year is because of the CRM solution that we jointly rolled out this time last year. I know from talking to many of you that CRM has enabled you to reach more prospects more easily, more quickly, and more frequently. You also love the ease with which you can retrieve information. It has also saved you time, because the reports that the board and I need for various corporate purposes are produced automatically. I believe that each of you has gained about 4 hours per week where you are not having to handwrite your reports. And those 4 hours have been profitably used for talking to more clients and more prospects and closing more larger sales. This year, we're extending our CRM solution to give us all marketing automation. Marketing automation extends our funnel upwards, so we can see a prospect right from any real interest in our art, rather than when someone has emailed us or phoned us. This means that we're able to track a prospect from the moment they download anything from our website. Once they do engage with us, then the set and forget of marketing automation will maintain personalized contact with those people. And that again is giving you more time to engage in the really profitable and beneficial relationships that lead to our ongoing success. Our new marketing automation will also allow us to run showcase events. So we are going to run events where one artist or one style is showcased. And we can do those virtually, and once COVID-19 is also part of history, we will be running those in our office and in other locations. Later on today, we have several sessions planned to give you more skills, not that you need any more skills, but nevertheless to give you more skills to make the next financial year even more successful. I am looking forward to these sessions, and all of our speakers have ensured that as well as being informative, the sessions will be fun. We restart after lunch with a session about the art of using gift giving to increase referrals and to strengthen relationships. No doubt this will be a gift to all of us. A session that I believe will be particularly useful is about using precise targeting. So using that data that we collect over time, how can we use that data to go in with a laser focus and find more people the same as the successful clients, and then introduce them to the artist building communities family. These new skills may be hard to implement. Change is hard, but delaying what is right is toxic. Today, we can remember just how much we have to do and realize the ability that each of us has to see and to extend and build our future. Not simply today, but every other single day. A chance to make things better, better for artists building community, better for our teams, and better for our artists, better for your families, and better for you. Please join with me in thanking everybody who has made this year a success, and in a few minutes we will welcome the first of our sessions. Back to you.
Thank you, Gill. Now I'd like to invite Gill's facilitator, Indy, and has scribe David to start the facilitator session. Gill, what would you like to work on?
I think the non-verbals as much as anything, because that generally is the area that I do want to work on.
Oh, good. Let's start it.
Sorry, just one sec. Sorry. So, Jill, what a wonderful speech you have given us. You made us a feeling of being in the boardroom with the CEO of a large company of artistic building communities. So, what a way to give us that feeling on Saturday morning. So, I think it was very well structured speech and well thought through structure right to the end. So I felt like I was in the office room just listening to a presentation from Big One. So without hoo-ha, I would rather go back to the audience here to get some input so that we can go through the moments of the journey of the speech. Anyone would like to contribute first? Up?
Yeah, can I say something?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Indy. I thought that Jill's speech was very relevant to the context or the occasion for which it was meant. And she did that in the perfect way. Didn't give into too much theatrics, but at the same time, as she said, she wants us to focus on the non-verbal. And I think there were a lot of gestures. There were even points, areas where her vocal variety was emphasizing, for example, the word beat was reinforced by voice modulation as well as by gesture. And that is a very important thing because it kind of gets across to the audience then. It was a very well controlled and punctuated delivery. She wasn't very fast. She had 20 minutes at her disposal to deliver the speech. And she did that really well. And I think that is something that is wonderful about today's speech, is that Jill wants us to focus on her non-verbal cues. And I think, and I'm sure about it, and I'm sure most of you might agree, there were non-verbal cues today, a lot of them, gestures, vocal variety, even probably, extending. What I'll come on to when it comes to points for improvement later. Yep, over to you. Thank you, Indy.
Thank you, Pushpa. That's very well said. So, anyone else would like to add on those items, on the verbal cues or content of the speech?
I just echo Pushpa's comments about the control. She has a lot of control. It's hard to imagine having more control than Gill has when she presents. And I think you feel that control that she's having, almost that she's almost partly conscious of her own controlling certain things. But yeah, well delivered, of course, as we expect from Gill. And I'm amazed with Gill and Pushpa, just the ability to remember so much information is pretty impressive. But yeah, good structure, well contextualized, very relevant in the current climate, bringing in all that COVID and comparing it to what we used to be and looking forward. And I don't know if I'm in the right section but I loved also the repetition, the better, that repetition as well. That was all great. So I'll sign off and let somebody else give Gill some accolades.
Thank you, Therese. Anyone else, please?
I liked how she highlighted members and but I liked how she handled members. I would like her to have a bit more vocal variety. Sorry. And like maybe just like emphasis certain words, like even when you're saying certain things, and next financial year, like just a slight emphasis in your voice, that might be helpful.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Shavira. And anyone else would want to contribute to Jill's development or area that we could look at, good, or areas we could look at perhaps can be improved?
Can I say something?
Sorry,
ahead,
Martin,
Pushpa.
you go
Yeah.
first. No, you go first. You said first.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I just wanted to say I thought the language was rather poetic, and I like some of the phrases that were used. There was even a little bit of a touch of humor when Gill mentioned that sardines had a greater luxury in living than they did. I just there were other phrases like that that were very colorful and interesting and a little quirky, and I appreciated that.
That's good. Thank you, Dave. Martin or Pushpa, you want to go first?
Let Martin go first. It's
Ladies
fine.
first.
Yeah.
You go ahead, Martin.
Okay, because Gill says about non-verbal communication, I think, as they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And if she was talking about art, maybe just showing some of the art, it will be more impact. It will have more impact for the audience. I don't know if she has some art, but maybe she could request some pictures and show the pictures. And also, she did a well development of her body language, but when she said the person that was going to appear, the employee, she didn't appear. Maybe she could do a vote. We are in Zoom. They can share Zoom both, and she can say, "Oh, and she's my partner or my member or associate that is here," and to have a joint meeting also with us at the same time that she is talking. But in general, it was well done, and it was an excellent speech. Mhm.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you. Well put. Pushpa, over to you. Do you want to add something?
I just wanted to tell Jill about just one aspect where I would like her facial responses
Mm.
to actually echo the feeling of what she's saying. For example, when she says that is absolutely awesome, the face could have had that radiance to convey the meaning of awesome. While awesome has been quite well emphasized and enunciated, I think saying it with a smile or a sparkle enables the audience to recognize how awesome is awesome. So I think that is great. And there was just one more good thing that I wanted to say about Jill's speech was the use of certain, I think David commented on it. One of the things that I really liked about the speech when she said change is hard, but delay is toxic. And that said it all. It was just amazing. That kind of underlined the very purpose, the premise of that whole speech came through in that one sentence. Thank you.
Thank you, Pushpa. That was very well done. Any other comments before we close off? Any other areas that we could build on?
I had the same comment here that Pushpa just talked about with the facial expressions. So I think Gill is very good at intonation, very good at control, the voice going up and down, but actually the face doesn't really change a lot. And even when delivering really exciting news, the face may not be excited. So if you're saying, wow, thanks team, you've done all that great job, a little bit of great job face to match the words, I think because you have such control, it's hard for the face to change because you're so good at what you do. But yeah, I agree exactly. That's what I'd written, what Pushpa had said there, just matching, getting that, maybe mine's too expressionful, I don't know. But yeah, getting the face to match the words. So when you're excited and when you're thankful to your team, be excited and thankful for your team. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Teresa. I think if I were to summarize this, I think overall we are saying it's a very well delivered speech, well controlled and well structured. But perhaps the area that we can build on is the facial expressions and connecting with the audience through your emotions. If I have summarized it well from that angle. And overall, we would like to congratulate on behalf of the group to Gill on a very well structured speech for us. Thank you for giving us your 20 minutes, Gill. Thank you. Over to you, Shivira.
Thank you, Indy. Now our final speech is David. It's Dave from New York. Our guest is speaking today, and his speech is his last CC speech title. And the facilitator is Indy, and the scribe is actually no, the facilitator is David, and the scribe is Gill. Now, David, can you please read the the purpose of Indie speech.